being tricks that ain't gonna get no treat.
Nah, I'm a retired Luke Cage.
You're retired Luke Cage.
Yep.
We're gonna let that be the reason.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, fine.
And no
And
saying is Woody Harrelson.
Giving me a very eyes wide shut look right now. I don't know if that was the intention.
Who?
You, Jen. It's very
Me?
eyes. Yeah.
I don't know anything about Eyes Wide Shut at all.
Nothing.
Those costumes are awesome. I like your costumes.
Thank you.
But I am young yet, so you never know. I am young yet.
Both appear to be two creative ladies.
Yes.
Listen, 5 minutes. I did this shit 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
Literally.
I was like, oh, it's Halloween. It's Halloween. It's Halloween.
Real fun gals that hang around.
Hello. On this time dropping the freaking link. Kept saying error occurred. I had to do it like 10 times. Welcome everybody to On the Block with Jen. Happy Halloween, freaky freaks. I'm glad to see you here on this evening. I hope you're staying safe and eating candy that you're only supposed to be eating. Don't eat no candy you're not supposed to be eating. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Look at the names on the screen. Please follow us individually. Thank you so much to everyone who supported the launch of 2 shows. Okay, 2 shows. It was amazing. Thank you so much for your support. We can't do this without you. So you got to see Sisterhood Sips with Lily and I on its own Sisterhood Sips channel, and you got to see right here on the Block with Jen one-on-one. I'll be doing intimate interviews one-on-one with me and guests. And last night was absolutely amazing. Both shows were amazing. So proud of them, but proud of y'all for pulling up and giving us your ears and your eyes, because there's a lot of things y'all could be watching. And you chose to spend that little hour and a half with us. So thank you so much. Salute to y'all. We can't do this without you. If you'd like to treat the block, feel free to cash app on the Block with Jen, a little trick or treat. You can throw it in there, or you can super chat your treat as well. A panel, what say you? What's on your mind before we get into this? I got a teeny bit of fluff. I wish I had the video. Maybe I could pull it up. I got a teeny bit of fluff, and then I want to get into this. These shots heard not around the world, but really, really spreading this double homicide in New York City. What do you guys got? How you feeling? How'd you celebrate your Halloween? Do you celebrate? What is going on, everyone?
Well, I don't celebrate any holidays, but any excuse to get dressed up, it's how I roll. So I guess I do Halloween every day of the year, or most days of the year. But what I do that is a tradition for me is, I'm the auntie of the block, so I got a lot of kids. And I actually got 2 more kids this year. So I went ahead and got all the stuff for my individual kids. And I'm kind of like, fuck all the rest of them. So I'm not the parent just like gonna sit there and just hand out candy. I'm going to make individual special bags and take them to their houses and tell them to leave me the fuck alone for the rest of the night. Okay, don't come over here. The light is out in the front. I got your candy. Leave Auntie Lily alone. So that's how my day went.
That was sweet. And the 2 guys on the bottom, you look like a barrel of laughs on this evening. How'd you spend your Halloween?
Amazing. Are you mad? I'm a time. This is literally the most exciting moment in my life this evening. So yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'll take it. Okay. I've been described worse than that. I'll take it.
I mean, I'm sure that for you 2 ladies, women in general take any opportunity to, dress up and tap into their inner, whatever you want to call it.
I don't know what to call this.
Yeah. A couple of things. Haran's got his light on, so there must not be a lot of kids around in his neighborhood. First thing you gotta do is shut them lights off.
My lights are off. My lights are off.
That's why I'm very comfortable right now. It's like, no.
That's terrible.
But Halloween, like if you go downtown here, it's almost like Mardi Gras the way people dress up, but it always gives. Oh, you love it because the women always come out and scantily clad, like it's a quote unquote permission for them to quote unquote slut out or whatever. Best time of the year.
It's true. I saw a lot of slutty witches out today. Yeah.
I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. Like, I don't understand why every time there's an event, even I see it like in Burning Man or Mardi Gras or Halloween, it's like women come up out their clothes. Like it's a little,
Right.
And don't listen. I have nothing against nudity. I just wish women were more fucking creative. And I'm not a prude. You want to pull your titties out, you want to pull your ass out, do you, whatever makes you feel free. I'm just saying it's always the same thing. Mardi Gras, titties out. Burning Man, titties out. Halloween, titties out. Let's everybody slut out the way No Saint described it. And I'm just like, I wish women were more.
You're not feeling the creativity that goes into the slutty nun, slutty substitute teacher, slutty principal, slutty teacher, slutty nurse, slutty basketball player, slutty policewoman, slutty, what else is this? What else?
All the
slutty plumber.
Slutty plumber. There's so much there, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
I was about to say you won't see me dressing up as that.
What are you, Kari? What's your costume?
My costume today is just fresh. Just fresh. That's all my costume is today.
Fresh. We'll go with that.
Okay.
I actually didn't have a costume, but I said, you know what? I bought this suit at the beginning of the year, and I've only worn it once.
Okay.
You needed a reason. You're like, I'm gonna wear my damn suit today.
You're goddamn right. Before I gain some weight and can't fit it.
Right. I know those days. It's the outfit I have, and it's a cute ass outfit, right? And one of my girlfriends came up and she wanted to take pictures, so I let her wear it. And then I was pissed because she got to wear the cute outfit before me. And I felt like you, Kari. I was like, no. When I went to London, I said, I'm wearing this fucking outfit, hill or high water. I don't care if I got to wear it in a hotel room and take a picture in it, but I'm wearing this outfit. So I feel you.
Yeah, I feel it. You gotta put the stuff on when you can wear it, because it might be too late.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
I got the orange handkerchief for Halloween.
I love it.
Though I do celebrate Halloween here and there because today is my daughter's birthday. So
Oh,
it's more of her birthday type thing. You know, that's kind of what really got me into like doing things for Halloween, is because her birthday's on Halloween. And it's funny because her mom grew up like super religious. Like they were so religious, they didn't even have a TV or Christmas trees type of thing. Wore dresses 7 days a week type of shit. And so she was super, oh, I don't like Halloween. It's the devil's day type of thing, right? And then my daughter's, she was supposed to be born November 1st. And my ex-wife always made jokes about if she tried to come out on Halloween, I'm going to hold her in. Yeah, that ain't work.
Yeah, you remind me, Kari, I grew up without all that stuff. And on Halloween, a few times I'd get a hold of a mask or something, and the temptation was so much that I'd get out there and go trick-or-treating even though I wasn't supposed to.
Rebellious.
Which is so awful if you think about it. If you think of a kid like knows supposedly he's not supposed to be doing this, and I'm compelled. It's not fair. Everybody else is having such a good time, but yeah.
That's hard as a kid, having to march to the beat of your own drum and not be a part of the crowd unless you're just naturally that person. It's difficult. It really is.
Listen, some things you just can't do. The fuck?
I survived.
Right? My daughter was actually, her birthday was yesterday. So I got me a little Halloween baby too. She's 31 now, but she's still my baby. I wish I could carry her sometimes, but she's bigger than me.
About 10 years older than mine.
Yeah.
Mine just sent me a picture of her first drink order. She's 21 now. She's 21.
Okay.
That's exciting.
That's funny. That is funny.
Oh, okay. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
With the pineapple and
She's
everything.
adorable too. I saw her. I wished her a happy birthday on IG this morning. She's definitely adorable.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Talk amongst yourself, guys. I'm still sending texts.
Oh yeah, I want to say my thank yous to everyone for last night as well. Thanks for the feedback in the comments, because the likes in the comments and the shares really, really, really help. The feedback has had me laughing all night. I didn't remember what we talked. Like, I remember what we talked about, but I don't remember the actual dialogue. So I was watching it with you all as a fan last night. And so I'm in here watching the TV and yelling, like, oh my God, did we really say that? Oh my God, did we really divulge that? Okay. But
A few bombs were dropped.
Yeah, it was
definitely dropped.
it was some bombs. But overall, as watching as a fan, I would say that was good TV. You know,
Yes.
both shows were excellent TV, and I'm proud of both Jen and I. It's a wonderful thing to be able to say that you're proud of yourself, and then it's also a wonderful thing to be able to see your friends do their thing and you be proud of them too. So it was a phenomenal night. I think Monday's going to be exciting for us. Hey, George. Hold on, George.
What's up, George?
Well,
Hey,
hello,
George.
trick or treat. Ooh.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
I'd rather have some
I've got like
treats.
3 monitors here, and so they're kind of. I see you here, and then it takes the other 2 to kind of catch up. So anyway,
Were you able to watch last night, George?
no, I wasn't actually. I was just had some work and stuff I had to do, so wasn't able to. But I'll definitely go back and catch it. I saw Jen she was doing the interview with I thought this dude was your boyfriend at one time or something, Jen. But it happened to be just somebody you worked with.
You know, every time you see it, like men see a woman with a man, especially if he's like halfway handsome, then you know they always like, I wonder if you know that always happens. But
Yeah, whenever I'm with a woman, I get that question. That's your girl? That's your girl?
Right.
That's the girl? No, it's not.
no.
Well, you know how those thespians are. You never know. You never know.
Thespians
about
and the
those.
lesbians, they're all crazy. They all like the little stuff.
Yeah.
And the lesbians. What's up,
Yeah.
Dirty? Don't forget, you get, hey, trick or treat tonight. Throw it in the super chat. I'll go get me some candy or a smoothie. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for your patience. I had to take care of a couple text messages. Let's get into tonight. I got a little bit of fluff. I saw that Michael Jordan's son announced himself that he has wedding plans with Larsa Pippen. He's going to marry that frozen, botched weirdo, Larsa Pippen. There's a video of them talking about it, and she just looks so horrible. And I don't mean that in a way like, oh, she just looks so botched and so frozen and so like fighting age. I have nothing against plastic surgery if it's subtle, if it makes you look refreshed. You know what I mean? If it gives you bigger boobs because you want your boobs to look the way they used to look, or you want, but I'm not against surgery, long story short.
No, Jen, that was her mask.
What if I get muscles? What if I get like implant muscles?
Here's the thing. If you can get muscles and it's not noticeable and it's not obvious, then get the damn muscles. I hate BBLs. They look unnatural. Okay. And the women look like they're in pain. They look bloated. They look stuffed. I think plastic surgery should be subtle and sexy, but now they're caricatures. So if a man can get muscles, because men do daddy do-overs, they get fatter dicks, they get abs, they get pecs, they even have calf implants to make your calves look bigger. If you could get them and it looks natural, it's not obvious, by all means, go get sliced and diced. But these women exaggerate, and I think there's an addiction to the facial stuff specifically, because they just look swollen hard and they fill their jaws up with stuff and their cheekbones and their lips. There's a lot going on, and it looks really, really gross. So I think I can just I'm gonna pull up the video so you guys can see it herself, and she looks so like I could show you better than I could tell.
Yeah, that was her Halloween mask, Jen. I'm convinced of that. I don't think she's walking around like that every other day. Come on.
Let us see this.
It's bad. And shout out to my Mexican family. Tonight I am wearing a Day of the Dead mask. You guys know Mexican tradition and culture. They do celebrate their dead annually. So this is where this is from. So shout out to them.
Next time, invite me, Abby. I like fun and parades and stuff.
Abby's in New York, right?
Mm-hmm. She said she just got back from a Day of the Dead parade. So I'm like, okay, that would have been fun.
So shout out to their culture. That's what this is on today. All right, so I have the video here, and then we'll get to this double homicide. Okay. So
even though this video kind of looks like double homicide, but that's neither here nor there.
Larsa Pippen's face.
Mm-hmm. And what Michael wants to do to his son.
Yeah.
I think Michael Jordan sees double homicide every time he sees them together.
Right. And then I have a question for the fellas after we watch this video. I'm curious what you guys got to say. Welcome, everybody. Good to see you again. Thank you so much for supporting last night. Thank you. Lily and I are very, very proud and happy.
Mm-hmm. It was a wonderful turnout.
Yeah,
and
really.
We'll be back again next Monday, same place, same time.
Yeah, we'll be on weekly. Okay, so you guys can see this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this now.
This is my go-to saying right now. You know, I don't think we have like a date. We're still talking about locations and party size and all of that stuff. So it's not really concrete yet, but it'll happen.
Do you want your dad to give a toast at your wedding? How does this work?
Yeah, you know, look, I was the best man at his wedding, and the best man at my brother's wedding, and so obviously we'll keep that tradition going. Is my thoughts on it.
I want in. I want video cameras there.
Now that
when's the wedding, you guys?
It's in the works. This is my go-to saying right now. You know, I don't think we have like a date. We're still talking about location.
Her face is so hurt. It was just froze like this.
Yeah, but definitely when she was still, she definitely looked like a plastic doll.
Right?
Like a plastic doll.
She caught herself like, oh, I'm on a camera. I don't know if those chin implants or the jaw implants make your jaw heavy. I can imagine it does because it's unnatural. It's like you're putting something in your face that has weight to it, right? I don't know if that's why her mouth was agape. I don't know. It's just fucking gross. Well, anyway, we heard it.
Looks like Little Kim like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When she started chopping her fucking face up.
So like after a seventh surgery.
Yeah.
Like she has that look.
Yeah. Little Kim was on stage and she, you know, everybody's trying to do the just shit for clout. And
you saw what she did?
Yeah, and ain't nothing wrong with clout. That's what we're all doing, right? So she took her panties off on stage and then threw them. She was like, yeah, but it was so awkward and so not sexy. She almost tripped over the panty taking it off. It wasn't underneath a skirt. It was over her pants and her girdle and her Spanx. The panty was over. So it wasn't even sexy like, oh, I'm taking my panties off straight off, you know what I mean, being on my cooch. She got her Spanx on, the pressurized stockings, the underwear, and she had the panties.
The stuffing.
The stuff, all of that, and then she takes them off, almost trips over it, and then she's like, "Yeah, you know what I got for you? I got the, you know." And then she's like a little swollen leprechaun on stage, and then she threw them. I don't know what these people are doing. I don't know what these people are doing anymore. There's so many things you could do for clout and attention. I just don't get it. Yeah, so she did that. But going back to Jordan's son, I have a question for the fellas. Now it's not a rumor anymore. There were a lot of rumors, but he confirmed he wants to marry this woman. He wants to marry her. What for the gentleman on the panel and in the chat, by all means, what's up, POP? Fellas, you're his dad. You know the situation. You have this legacy. You have this wealth. He gets it next, right? If something happens to you, would you still leave him in the will as is? Or would you cut him out of the will? Or would you pause the will? Because what would you think about him marrying this woman with her reputation, with her history, with who her ex-husband is? How would you feel right now? Would you be like, I don't give a damn. I got billions.
Well, you know, look, listen, I tell him flat out, I wouldn't cut him out the will. I'll just basically tell him that you're about to make the biggest mistake of your life. It's going to literally change the course of your entire existence. Welcome to manhood. We all make the biggest mistake of our fucking lives that changes the course of where we're going. Every fucking man does it. So he's about to jump out the window too and ruin his life. We've all done it.
So you don't mind your hard-earned money going to an industry lady that's gone through the industry and stuff? Like you work so hard.
When I'm about to die, when I'm about to die, I have no control where that fucking money goes anyway.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't take him out the will. You know, I don't really have. I can suggest things. You know, I can say, hey, this might not be a good idea. I would say, hey, I'll be your best man if you let me find you the best lawyer to come up with a prenup and things like that. You know, something like that. I would try to offer help like that. I wouldn't just say, nah, I'm cutting you out the will because when I die, I don't want my money going to anything of hers because when I die. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Unless I could watch TV from the sky. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't cut him out the will. I'm kind of like Kyrie on the fact that I would tell him, hey, listen, I'd give him all the pros and I'd show him what's going on. Like this is, you know, you try to talk sense. Kids are always, especially ones that feel they're in love, they're always it doesn't matter what you tell them. They're in love and they're the first. You don't understand and all this other stuff, you know. But I can write in my will that the money that this person gets only goes to him, and it can, you know, I imagine you could put that in your will that that no one else has access to it. In other words, if she divorces him or something like that, that it wouldn't be an eligible, you know, that money wouldn't be in his estate somehow. I don't know if you can do that or not.
Can you do that? I'm not sure if you could do like a Brewster's Millions kind of thing.
You can, but
I think you can write it that, like, because I'm a petty bitch. So I would be like, as long as he with that hoe, he can't have access to this money. When they get a divorce, then you can have it. Because you have people who are like, okay, say if they have a child that's on drugs, right? But they know that possibly one day this child can get clean, right? So as long as the child is on drugs, like after the death, they have to be clean for a year. They have to submit to whatever to prove that they're clean for that year, and then they can start getting access to their money, and then maybe have, like, I've seen stipulations like that. So yeah, you could put stipulations, but put them in that only the husband has access. Well, she's still gonna have access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said I'm petty enough to say, well, as long as you with her, you won't get it. But after y'all figure out, you know, once you come to your senses, your money will be here.
What say you, George? How do you feel? Are you echoing the statements of the other gents?
Yeah, pretty much. But I was just going to say to Lily, I was kind of going through the same thing when I set up my living trust about 20 some odd years ago. And the attorney looked at me and said, look, you know, you cannot control their lives beyond the grave. And so she counseled me against doing that. It was, my sister's, he eventually became her husband, you know, took fucking forever to do it. But anyhow, I didn't like it. And I was like, there ain't no damn way I'm going to give him, because that's what I was looking at. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I'm giving it to her, but I know he's going to get his fucking hands on it. And she kind of had talked me down from that. Yeah, it kind of comes down to, like, you know, I think Corey and them said, in this particular case with this young man, I'd simply introduce him to James Sexton and as the attorney in he's a divorce lawyer in New York City. Probably made the YouTube rounds. Introduce him to him, and then tell him you better get a ironclad prenup, because, you know, considering her, you know, considering her background, history, and so on, might try to take you for a ride. But like Haran said, you know, men are kind of stupid in one sense, and they got to learn the hard way. So, yeah.
Okay, so you guys are hella nice. He's out my fucking will. If I'm Michael Jordan, I mean, completely clean out. I don't give a damn that I can't control my money from heaven or hell or earth or dust or no. Fuck off. With that type of woman who has that type of reputation, okay? He's a fucking scallywag. Not one dime of my money will you use to support that woman, to buy her shit, to take her anywhere. Both of you can fuck off until you come to your senses. And if I die before then, oh well, sucks to be my legacy.
All right.
I'm
I've
not-
heard scallywag since '86.
Yeah.
I love that word. We should bring it back. I want to bring it back.
I bring it back every time I think it.
Yes,
Jen?
yes. Let's bring it on back.
Every time you try to make a really serious point, Jen, you know, I'm seeing you with your mask on and everything and the makeup, and I'm like, it's just funny. It's just making me laugh. So maybe I might have to drop, but
And you can laugh. You can laugh. I mean,
I know you're being serious, and I'm taking you seriously, but at the same time, it's like I'm taking those two images and trying to.
I'm as serious as I care about these Jordan folk. But I'm just saying, no, I absolutely not. I'd cut them out the way. Absolutely not. I worked, busted my ass, built billions of, and this trollop, this washed up, used up old woman, and you think I'm gonna let her anywhere near my money? You a big boy, okay? You're gonna have to support that gold digger with your own money. That's what I would do. I'm sorry, absolutely
Now,
not. Fuck a lawyer, fuck a prenup. There's loopholes around that. She is the wife. She's gonna be the official wife. The prenup would have to say you don't get dime one of my money, but then he's gonna be using my money for absolute. You are out the will. Do not call me. No, absolutely no, zero, nothing, nada.
Okay, now what if he breaks up with her, meets some new woman that's 100 times worse than that other one?
Then he's still in the same position.
Right, but you don't know about it because she doesn't have a public
Jenna find out.
You know?
Oh, Kari, when you've got $1 billion, you're going to hire the best private investigators in the world.
Yeah, Jen gonna find out.
I do that shit with my friends, let alone my. Listen, let me hit a certain tax
Homing
bracket. I'm
device
like,
on this kid. Got a homing device on him. Like, what the fuck?
You know, Jen, your reaction is like it's really. I couldn't have played. This is like man versus woman. This is like, yeah. I mean, you're really just being what like what women would do. Like my mother would be the same way as you. I'm gonna burn
no fucking way, no fucking. Yeah. And going back to what you asked,
more logical is what it comes down to.
Listen, ignorance is bliss. Who I don't know or where she's or whatever. We know Larsa Pippen's reputation. We know it. Would you say no Saint men are stupid?
I don't know. I said men are just a little bit more logical when it comes
more
to
stupid.
No, logical. We think about.
No, I just think women.
Wait a minute. No Saint want to fight. They're so logical. They are so logical that this young man, though he has the pick of the litter, I'm talking about any dime on the planet in her 20s, beautiful, gorgeous, hasn't bred yet, okay? And he picks this old, washed up, Botox, body falling apart, Scottie Pippen's ex with a gang of kids, who's a gold digger, who has no career of herself. That's how logical men are. Look how logical the men are.
No. What it comes down to is that when you think about it, like people, like I was saying before, guys, especially guys, it seems like guys, doesn't matter what you tell them, they feel like they're in love or they're in love with this woman. And they're going to do, even if you lay it out for them and tell them everything, they're going to do what they want to do. But you let them know, hey, this is what I think. I think you're making a mistake. And they remember that. Now, if you cut them out of the will, you're severing any relationship you've had with your son or your daughter. And so eventually this relationship is probably going to go down the tubes. And that lady's not going to get what you're talking about.
No, and here's why. So my relationship with my son is dependent upon if he can get my money. You said I would sever the relationship. I'm pausing.
Oh, no. Cutting somebody out of a will, though. That's
the same shit. Go out there and fucking work like I worked. Why are we severing? I didn't say I was going to stop talking to my son. I didn't say I was going to stop having.
No. But he'll probably stop talking. I would.
Well, that's
he's not going to stop talking to her. She's just going to be fanning her money in his while as a fan while she talks shit about his wife.
No, saying. Let me explain to you what the real reality is. Women are just protective over the men they know. So there's no problem with a motherfucker being a trick, just as long as it's not her son. It's just as long as it's not her brother. Okay, that's what it is. See, the game is fine.
I feel you.
Don't like her baby. That's what it
But
is.
isn't that every human being about their people?
Absolutely.
Okay,
But
so it's not
I'm here to admit that, though. I'm here to call it what it is.
protective over their people. That's
I'm
us
here to
about
call it
our
what it
people
is.
too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't about logic or whatever. It's like, no, that's her baby. The game. She gonna make sure her baby don't get singed by the game.
Because we know
It
the
is what it
game.
is.
Because we know the
It
game.
is
How
what
the
it
fuck
is.
am I gonna let? How am I gonna
You
let
know
my
what's
baby?
crazy?
How,
Go ahead, Lily.
I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna let my baby go out there and not know the game, right? When I know the fucking game, when I know women and what women are capable of, and I know men and what men are capable of. I know you're just thinking about her pussy right now. So so let's sit down because you're not being logical. This is the least logical you'll probably ever be in your fucking
Hello.
life. Okay, so
That part is true.
Right.
Men are logical until
Except when it comes to the
vagina.
magic, except when it comes to women doing their voodoo on them.
Exactly.
That's when they lose logic.
The voodoo, like just spread her legs.
No, not just spread her legs. The game, when the women drop the motherfucking game on the man to seduce him. You know what it is, the hoodoo, voodoo, the shit that causes men to jump out the fucking window. So like I said, he's gonna I'm not gonna be mad at it because he's gonna fuck his life up just like every other man that ever fucked his life up, you know what I mean, over a fucking woman. Welcome to manhood. That's my point.
Haran, everybody watching, for Pete's fucking sake. Okay, men do ruin a woman can make you or break you, but damn it, Larsa fucking Pippen? Larsa Pippen? She's gross.
I've seen motherfuckers jump out of higher buildings over worse. So it's what it is.
Fine. I will rest then. The prosecution rests. Thank you, Fahim Jackson, for the treat on this Halloween. Fahim Jackson says it's not just her reputation. She watched him grow up, which probably means Jordan himself was coveting her while her and Scotty were married, sitting there waiting his turn.
That's how it usually goes.
Oh,
another gross. That's another gross.
Well, but
this is a case of cradle robbing.
I think they said that they didn't really fuck with each other like that outside of basketball. This is what they said.
Oh, you talking about Jordan and
yeah, Jordan and Pippen. They didn't really fuck with each other. Their families didn't
that.
hang out. This is what, like, one of them said in an interview. They said our families didn't fuck with each other.
Right.
You know. So
the age difference is he's 32, she's 48.
Okay.
Oh, he's 32. Oh, he's old enough to make his own.
Yeah, he's grown, but okay.
Right. Okay. So he grown. He don't need my money, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like he grown. Yeah.
He grown.
That's
Grown
like,
enough
I ain't think about that. And I like that Abby posed the question: have we ever known him to date anyone else? Because I don't know him to date. I haven't known him. I don't know what his dating history is like. I don't know how much experience he has with women and actual dating. Because just knocking them off and actual dating are two different things. So that's
I'm sure. Here's the thing: no one really cared about this kid, unfortunately, until he started dating that weirdo. So I mean, maybe he's had a myriad of girlfriends just being Michael Jordan Jr. We don't know, but this is the one that, you know what I mean, he's getting attention with because she's scandalous. I mean, Larsa Pippen she's fucking gross. I don't know how he's doing it, but he must be. That's why I'm like, is he autistic? Is he slow? Is he immature? Like, I don't get.
Something's off. Or the only thing, because something's really off with the situation. I'm sorry. It's just is.
It's weird.
It's very weird. The other thing I'm getting to, and I'm picking up on this one strong, he has a resentment against his dad, and this is a fuck you. That's what, or mom, one or the other, or both. But this is what this is really giving. I've seen this a lot where they're not as into the partner as they lead on to. They're more into getting back at their parents or their family. So that's what I'm seeing. I've been thinking that since the beginning. That's why I've been watching this like, okay, this is just really strange to me.
It reminds me of Jada Pinkett and August Alsina, just in reverse.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And that was just as fucked up in my opinion, but
As
Yep.
scallywaggish.
Yeah.
scallywaggish, right?
Right.
I think it wouldn't be so big of a thing if it wasn't his dad's teammate's ex-wife.
Right. And his
That's what
dad's
that's what makes it sound crazy to me.
his dad's frenemy.
More than the age gap. Yeah.
And it's
Which
yes.
it seems like they weren't close friends, but it seems like they only became frenemies after that doc.
Right. That's what I gathered from
Yeah.
the little bit I know. But yeah, that's the part. Like the age difference itself doesn't bother me as much. It's just
Now,
the optics of it all,
Right.
the intertwined relationships, the fact that daddy's a super famous billionaire, and neither one of these two people have a career that we can speak of, right? So
Now,
she's living off alimony of Scottie Pippen. He's living off daddy's money. Like it's just a mess.
Now,
But
what
I'm
if
here
he's just really, really petty, and he's like, you know what, Scottie Pippen started talking shit about my dad. Yeah, you know what, I got something for his ass, and then starts go fucking his ex-wife type of shit. I'm just saying,
That's another way. I didn't think about that.
you know, I'm
it's
just saying.
giving me get back, regardless.
Yeah.
I'm getting get back. I'm getting that there's some fuck you energy in this somewhere. You know, somebody's being
gotta
told fuck you
understand.
throughout this.
For Scotty, he has spent decades of his life either in this man's shadow or having to deal with some connection to this man.
Yeah.
So there has to be resentment, man. You can't escape this dude. He tries to. I remember when his doc dropped, he was throwing dirt on him. He was throwing dirt on Michael, talking about he wasn't that great. Blah blah blah. It was ugly. So you know, Scotty must be going through it right now.
All right, I do want to get to this video.
Yeah, because she's messed with a slew of guys after Scotty. She was messing with Future and some more people.
Mhm.
Yeah, because she was rolling with the Kardashians, so she was kind of doing what they were doing, you know, when in
She's seen a
Rome.
lot of
Yeah,
Gucci
she's what,
flaps.
she's what I call a parking spot.
What does that mean?
Use your imagination.
Rest Haven.
Future said he was petty. Future said he was petty. He said he tried to get Scottie Pippen autograph when he was a kid, and Pippen didn't sign his autograph.
We got with Larsa.
Yeah.
If you're gonna get back at him, motherfucker.
That's how niggas like to try to get back at motherfuckers. That's how niggas like to try to get back at motherfuckers.
Is she the one that did the tattoo and he was like, fuck you after the tattoo? It was
I thought that was Black
Amber
China.
Rose or Black I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
Tattooed on her hands.
Okay. It's all coming back to me. You know, I get my BBLs and surgeries confused sometimes.
All right, so now turning to the topic of this evening. Sorry, we took the long way, guys. Father and son killed in Brooklyn. Noah Rashad shooter on the run, and he better run, baby, run. I do have the video, and then we're gonna get into this because there's different layers to it. Some people are blaming the woman in the argument. Some people are blaming the shooter. Some people are blaming the first victim because he came out with a scissor. So there's a lot of layers to this. They're talking about black
So
males.
you know some of these layers?
Say again?
I said you know some of these layers because all I saw was the video earlier. I don't know any context
Yeah.
behind it.
Yes, sir. We got I got it.
You got the T on it. Okay.
I got the T. So let's play the video and then we will dissect. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where we at? Share screen. Body count doesn't matter.
Viewers discretion advised.
Yes, viewer discretion advised. Body count doesn't matter. That's not why I don't like that woman is gross. Okay. Viewer discretion advised. This is very violent. If you don't want violent images in your head, turn away until we finish the video. And I really mean that, because once you watch something, you can't unsee it.
Right.
I accidentally watched it.
Yeah, I turned away.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah. I can.
Okay. There they go. They're in the hallway. The woman in the blue shirt is
Wait,
arguing.
wait. No. I see your Instagram inbox.
You don't see the video playing?
No.
You didn't click it. I didn't even see you click it.
Wow, that's so crazy.
I didn't know he hollered at you in your DM.
Do you see it now?
No.
No, I do not.
Why is it not clicking? Every time I click it.
All right, take the copy and paste the link and put it in your browser.
Yeah. And then share that other browser tab.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on one
I was looking online. I don't think they found him, the shooter, yet.
No, and last time I checked, they didn't. I checked before the show.
Okay, let me know again. Viewer discretion once more. Let me know if you can see this screen.
Yes.
Can you see
that
this
one
screen?
we see. Yep.
Okay, here we go. He has a scissor in his right hand. That's the wife telling him, come on. There he goes. Bang, bang, bang. Let it roll back one more time. Okay, Lily, we're good. Okay, so layers, like I said. So the backstory is these two people are neighbors, right? The guy at the staircase lives under the apartment of that floor. He's constantly complaining about noise in the above apartment. On that evening, he was banging. You know, like if you live in an apartment building and there's noise above, they take a broom, right? And they hit the ceiling. For anyone who doesn't live in an apartment building, you know, noise above is a common thing. So usually the lady of the house to take a broom and bang on the ceiling. That way the people that live above can hear it on the floor and like, oh, we're making too much noise. That's usually what happens in New York City, right? So apparently that is what this dude was doing. From the downstairs apartment, he was banging upstairs. I guess they didn't get quiet for him, and that's when you see him go up the stairs. And allegedly, he banged on the neighbor's door. So the woman comes out. She's arguing with him. I guess he was on his way back downstairs or whatever, or maybe he was getting in position to shoot somebody. We don't know, because apparently he banged on her door and then went back to the staircase where you saw him. Husband hears her arguing outside. Son hears her arguing outside. They come outside. Then he starts arguing with him. Then she tries to pull him away. And then we saw what happened afterwards. So after seeing the video and knowing the backstory, what do you think so far before we start peeling the layers back on this onion? This happened day before yesterday. So this is fresh off the presses, and the shooter is on the run.
I think he had a lot of shit going on in his life and snapped because this shit seemed very OD. If he wasn't a killer and just killing like this is just, wow. He had some other things going on in his life, and this just pushed him to the breaking point. It kind of seems like to me. If this is all about noise, that's a crazy occurrence for something to be about noise.
Yeah, Corey, but when you think about it, road rage, I mean, we see very similar things to road rage, you know.
And
Right.
in addition to that, from what I gathered when I was watching the news clips and stuff, that this has been an ongoing thing. There's been 6 reports to what we have up here. 311 is a non-emergency report system. You can report, non-emergency things. So there's been 6 complaints, and I forgot how long. I want to say 3 years of them going back and forth or something like that, but it's been a long time. So this has been building. So we don't know what other words and deeds have been happening within this time period. I watch a show, one of my favorite shows, and I was telling somebody earlier, is Fear Thy Neighbor on ID channel. So this was definitely give me Fear Thy Neighbor tease, as if there's more to the story. And so when I heard that there is longevity and things have taken place between these 2 households, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot more here. So, just judging by me watching that show, by the time somebody gets shot up, there's been a lot of things, a lot of words exchanged, a lot of little petty things have been back and forth and stuff. But what it always ends up coming down to, a lot to me, in my opinion, when I watch that show, is ego a lot of times, right? They just can't. It's like they get to this place of no return, and each party has to prove their point. So that's my 2 cents before we start peeling back these layers that I know exist.
Until someone dies, right? Ego until someone dies. What do you think, fellas?
Yeah, it to me, all this obviously could be avoided if you just have a little respect. Even if you're talking about going back 2-3 years, and you don't, the ego doesn't get in the way. A couple of things in this video that I was trying to observe, because without sound, it's hard to know what words are being said back and forth, right? But you did see, like, when the wife grabbed him and brought him back, and he says something to the wife, kind of turns towards him, turns back and says something again to the wife. He almost, the gunman almost like jumps back, like, oh, like almost like he said, let me go ahead and handle this. Also, let me take whatever he said. I'm just speculating. But also, he came out with a knife, or a pair of scissors, which is threatening. But to turn that around, the guy was walking away, right? And he got shot in the back. And then I'm not sure what his thought was on killing the 27 or 24-year-old son. If he thought he was coming after him, it looked like it could have been fight or flight. He just started to run and slipped. I don't know. And I also didn't notice until you showed it again, there was somebody in the beginning of the video in the doorway. So there was another adult even back there in the doorway at the beginning of the video, which has nothing to do with what happened, but there was quite a few people there. But yeah, it's very.
That was the daughter.
Oh, okay. It's very.
And the son got shot too, right?
Yeah, the son. It's and died. Yeah, it's very. You don't. You guys. I don't know. You might have seen things. I've never seen someone in person get shot like in that situation, right? Like on the street type thing. And it's very odd that YouTube and all these social media, now you see a lot of it, and it seems so much easier watching somebody actually do it than I thought it could ever be. It just really does, like, a wow, I mean, it seems, I don't know, you get desensitized a little bit to it at this point. I remember when things first started happening, you saw, oh my God, I can't believe I'm seeing this, because they used to blot everything off on TV.
Well, you used to see it all the time in movies. You just didn't associate it with being reality.
Right. Exactly.
Very
It's
true.
more like a movie, right? Exactly, Kyrie. It looks like a movie the way they do it, and I just never would think it would be so that people could make that decision. Now, I'll land my plane here. Now, I know that when your brain goes and you get angry, you're not thinking with a logical part of your brain. You're in anger, so everything else goes away. You're not thinking of consequences or anything like that. I understand that part. So I don't know. It was yeah. It was crazy. It was hard.
I blame the father. This is his fault.
How so?
There's like at least 5 or 6 different ways he could have diffused that whole situation. First of all, get your fucking family in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your family, everybody shut up, or everybody in the house, and you and the guy have a conversation.
Yeah, my dad was like that.
You and this guy have this conversation. Reason being, first of all, I have to watch this guy. I have to discern the level of threat he is. And I can't discern that if you're over fucking there, you're yelling behind me, behind over there, the other kids over there. No, everybody get the fuck inside and let me and him have a conversation so I can try to diffuse the situation. What are you doing coming out there with a pair of scissors? You're a fucking idiot. Because first of all, you don't know what he has. Obviously, he didn't. So he called that wrong. See, the problem is he came out there trying to perform. You wanted to be a tough guy. You don't know what that other person has, and unless you willing to put yourself in that situation, you better be prepared for the consequences. You know what I mean? If you're going to go out there and boast to your chest like that, my thing is like you should have been armed yourself. You know what I mean? And I'll land the plane on this. You know what I mean? When dude pulled out, I immediately saw the infrared phone. I immediately saw the laser scope on that shit. I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker does this. This is what this motherfucker does." Okay, he's with the shits for real. Now this performance turns into 2 people dead. Look, man, the reason why I'm saying all this is because I've been in situations where things can happen like that. Everything happens so fast, so you gotta make sure you can diffuse the situation as much as possible. I'll land the plane on that.
Yeah. That's where Haran and I we we differ. These text messages, people. That's where Haran and I were having a little debate because Haran was like, he does this, and I thought he looked like some 2-bit punk that just got himself a new toy, like the stance he took, the way he was handling the weapon. I just don't think he's that dude. I think he's an idiot. I think that maybe he got his hands on a gun. We get our guns upgraded. Doesn't mean that we're killers. I thought he was and he did the infamous, the hippity hoppity when they're shooting. That shows you're not a shooter. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be. That little hip hop rap video, they're always shooting, or they're pointing the gun sideways.
The rap video stance, Jay, the rap video stance is the shit with the sides.
Yes.
Right. I mean, his hand. If you see him, the way he's jumping back,
moving like this, as if at least he has some sort of form, some concept of form. Niggas in the street don't do this. They pull it out.
They do it if they think that's what you're supposed to do. He had his left hand on the fucking barrel when he took his stance with the gun. Who puts their left hand on the fucking barrel of a gun when you're shooting it?
That was kind of like
we'll debate about a proper killing stance after the show.
Right.
However,
look, we're just speculating. We would literally have to watch that video 20, 30 times and write down the details.
Every movie.
Right. However, one of the things I noticed was, in my opinion, he's not a shooter. He's not a regular shooter. Even when he was shooting the second victim and he's jumping back and shooting him like this, his wrist, literally, this is how he was shooting. That's not a shooter. You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, I want to get him off me. Let me get this.
Well, his son, the thing about his son, though, the thing about his son, though, I think I know what you're talking about. I think about his son, though, is that this is why his father should have made sure that everyone got in the house. Because I guess his son started hearing shots and maybe he panicked. And
it looked like he panicked. It looked like he started.
I don't know if he was trying to get away. I don't even know if he's trying to get away, but why are you going in the direction of the gunfire?
Right.
Maybe he lost all sense of where he was.
Like most people do.
The other guy probably got studded too, and he just started shooting him with the side shit. I don't know. That looked very awkward.
That's what it looked like to me. He was startled.
Right,
the shooter was startled.
That did look awkward. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. That did look like some awkward shit. But this
looked like Yosemite Sam hitting the ground.
This is why you got to get people out of danger, man. And it's just sad because it's like the kid looked like he was like 17, 16, man. He looked like a teenager.
He was 20-something.
27.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen. As someone who's actually had to use a firearm to defend themselves, you know, I can agree with you.
Around George, you killed somebody? You got a body, George?
No, it was a pit bull, a drug dealer's pit bull jumped the fence, tried to kill me.
Damn,
so I shot him.
Fucking dog.
And I got threatened, you know, by that, of course. But anyway, just kind of like one day when we can go and talk about that, kind of like what goes through your mind. But anyway, you're right, Jen. I don't think that he was. They talk about in training, you revert to your level of training. In other words, if you have no training, you're going to see stuff like that, what you just saw. Okay, he was point shooting at the guy. He was clearly not aiming him. He had the laser, so you know the laser kind of told him where to go. As I saw, I don't know what New York law is on self-defense. I can imagine it's probably not as generous as
it ain't really.
I know that, but there's only one, and I don't think he's going to get that this even. And that was the kid who ran toward him. Maybe, possibly, but the kid was unarmed. Is the whole thing where, you know, what I'm about to say is New York law on that stuff is probably a lot tighter than it is here in Florida and Nevada and other places with castle doctrines and all that.
I'll explain to you after you're done, George, why it's tighter.
Yeah.
I'll explain.
Yeah, and I'm going to land it and make it. But the dude is, I agree with Haran ultimately. This is on the father. And number one, he came out with a pair of scissors. That right there, but put it this way. I always use the cop standard. If he did that to a New York police officer, they would have laid his ass right out there on the pavement with bullets all over him. And there would be no question. I mean, he got right up on him. You can stab, obviously, y'all know this, you can stab someone right there in the throat and kill them. So,
which I was saying, thinking to myself, if you walk out your door with something to stab somebody, you're supposed to stab them.
Right.
Absolutely.
You don't just right. You don't just go out there threatening. You just don't go out there threatening.
No,
you don't plan on using that shit. Don't show that shit.
And Jen, you know from training,
you are living under the assumption that the other dude either he's going to be intimidated back down, or maybe he might show his shit, and then you just brandish and like no, the other dude might feel a certain way and be with the shits, and this is what happened. You see, this is the reason why New York. Listen, the reason why New York gun laws are so fucking strict is because shit like this. It's a fucking congested town, man. We're on top of each other every 5 minutes. We run into each other. We run over each other. You know what I mean? People are we're squunched inside, you know what I mean? like sardines inside of trains. So there's a lot of high energy going on, man. There's a lot of high energy. People saying "fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," and motherfuckers lose their cool. Like this particular situation.
Have you seen the train systems in India?
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. I was just going to say
they're not gunning each other down. They're piled on top of each other, on top of the train, in the train, shoving in like sardines. They're not gunning each other down.
But they also,
and the thing is,
the Americans either.
This guy's going to probably get life in prison. The part that's done him in is the execution style shot right there at the end. Yeah, he's done.
But if he was in Florida, he would take this as a stand your ground case.
He would probably lose, on this.
He would lose. I think he would
somebody turns around
because of that execution shot at the end,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Once somebody
Well,
tells you
Andy,
it wasn't,
Andy
you walk
shot him.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
right,
back.
Kari. I forgot you live here in Florida, so you know how it goes here.
Mhm.
So, and the thing that I was looking at this, and they talk about mindset, Jen. You know, from the training you've gone through, you know, they talk about that. You got to have the mindset to kill. That if this dude clearly had it, the other one didn't. And this is a thing about Jen. This goes right back to your point about road rage. And I forgot how you say it. So if I butcher, you just correct me. Basically, you say you don't know how they're going to play because they ain't going to play by your rules. They're going to play by their rules.
You people always have a plan. I'll beat your ass. I'll kick. They always have a plan. You never know what the other guy is planning.
Right.
Y'all ever had road
Mike
rage?
Tyson said.
That's
Yeah.
why I
Mike
stopped
Tyson
driving,
said-
Kari. That's why I stopped driving. No,
Okay,
dead
I'm done,
ass.
Jen. I got it.
Plan
Dead ass.
to get punched in the face.
That's
Yeah,
why I stopped driving.
everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Like my ass I can what's the word? I can be very controlled over my emotions on just about anything. It's just something about when I get behind the wheel, I lose it.
Like when you say lose it,
no, I
like,
lose it. It's
bad.
bad.
Like you like stop your car in the street and get out and get ready to fight somebody, or you just drive and cursing people out?
No, it's bad. Like I was like, someone's going to fucking kill me. So I need to bow out gracefully and push that button for Uber because it was just like it's just something about bad drivers that just I don't think. I just black out each and every time. So I was like, no, someone's going to fucking kill me. So I stopped driving.
I've had road rage one time, and that's like the first time I felt like I kind of lost control. You know, it's like it was just a reaction. You know, like
exactly.
I cut this dude off. Right. It wasn't really like me cutting him off. It was in New York. I'm getting to my lane type shit. You know. And he got mad, so he came up next to me and threw a penny at my new Benz window. I jumped out of traffic, chased that motherfucker so goddamn long.
Yeah,
I have stories. Like the only time.
I have stories, and I'm not. It's horrible.
So people can lose it.
I always say
all types of crazy situations.
I always tell people that I care about who drive. I always tell them, when you're driving, unless someone literally crashes into your car, I said this before, let them go. Because I sat at the park today and I'm looking at people, I'm people watching. And I'm like, we don't know which one of these people just came from identifying a loved one in a morgue. We don't know which one of these people just got served divorce papers and they're thinking, I'm going to lose everything. We don't know which one of these people just got fired. We don't know which one of these people just caught their spouse cheating. We don't know. If you sit and you people watch, you really don't. We don't know the person who that was their last check and they're about to be homeless in a week. So I tell people drive their personality. You get in a car, it's no longer that vehicle. It no longer belongs to Mercedes or Hyundai. It is now you. It's an extension of you. And you're going to drive the type of person you are. It's like you on wheels. So you have to be very careful. Some people drive their personality. And if somebody almost cuts you off, yeah, it's going to piss you off. But if they didn't crash into you, let them go, because you don't know why that happened or where their mind is. You just don't know. And someone may be willing to lose it all on you, on your day. And you were just driving to the laundromat.
And if you're black and they hit you, be careful if it's a young white girl, because when you get out, she might feel threatened and almost run you over to get away. That's what happened to me when somebody crashed into my car.
Damn.
I got out my car. They almost ran me over. They crushed my door. Almost hit me. I had to jump up on my car. I was like, God damn, I need to start getting out with a gun. Shit.
It's not worth it. It's like, even if, let's say in your situation, you in the new Mercedes, he throws the penny at your thing. You get out. He feels threatened, turns around, puts two in your head. Then what? Because of a penny you know what I'm saying? There'll be a funeral like, yo, he's dead because of a fucking penny in the window.
Even though I lost it, I thought about that. So I was like, I got my gun with me, so we just gonna get into a shootout maybe. But that didn't happen. I came to my senses and was like, yo, why am I chasing this nigga? I was like, why am I chasing this nigga?
So
What's that?
Kari, she got the white woman got out and she saw you and almost ran you
No,
over.
she didn't
No,
get
she-
out. She didn't get out. Like she tapped the back of my car. I didn't even think it was going to be a
They
problem.
saw you and they tried to.
I got out the
run-
car. Yeah. And when I got out the car, I started walking towards the back. I guess she just panicked and was like, "Oh shit," and just dipped off and almost ran me over.
Well, if she saw me, I'd have been finished.
Right. Right. Scary black man is definitely a thing. It is definitely
Woo.
a thing. Scary
Yeah.
black man can get you killed.
I ain't running you over, but I'm pulling the burner on my lap. Though you come
I
near me,
mean-
get froggy. Don't get froggy.
That's why even sometimes when it comes to certain people, if it's late, you know what I mean, I just want to say like on some of my Uber drivers. I remember one time before my Uber driver looked like they was paying attention to something. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on? You just have my order." The motherfucker screamed and almost looked like they was reaching for something. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? But anyway, I want to talk about something that needs to be spoken about in these situations. We need to discuss black male pride.
Is that
And how
different
that's-
than white pride?
Haran,
No,
before you hit that point, let me
little different.
just say something.
Yeah.
Before you hit that point, I'm going to say this. What probably, Jen, at the end of the day, this dude did a Michael Douglas falling down moment when he shot those two people. And probably, Haran, you might agree with this, and this kind of maybe falls right in line with what you're about to say. That dude turned to him and kind of like dismissed him. And that dude's like, I can just, in my mind, I'm like, he said, "Oh, it's not fuck me today, buddy. It's fuck you." And then that's when the shit took off. But, I was kind of thinking that, it's that trigger moment where that was just the last straw. So anyway,
Well,
I'll
part
let
of me
you
might have.
take off.
Part of me
Yeah.
feels like when he turned around, his thought was, when he turns back around, he's going to come and stab me.
Yeah, that's true.
I
That's
was
plausible.
I was telling Jen this. I was like, he fucked up also by turning his fucking back. I'm
I was just
stepping
about to
back.
say.
If you got a gun.
Yeah,
That's rule number
yeah.
one. You don't turn
Right.
around.
Right.
If somebody pointing a gun at you.
I mean,
And
but
But anyway,
you never know what the dude said neither, because he could have turned around and been like, "Oh, he got a gun. Okay, I got something for your ass." And as you, "Oh, you got something for my ass? Okay, well, I'm not gonna let you get something for my ass."
And again, when we're talking about black male pride, look, one thing I often tell brothers is that a lot of times when you have a problem with a brother, as black men, if you catch this guy alone and it's just you and him talking, you can diffuse the situation a lot of times. If it's just you and him having a conversation, like, "Yo, brother, I didn't like blah blah blah," so on and so forth. Usually, you can get it worked out. But when it's the instance of somebody's got their boys around, there's women watching, so on and so forth, there's all kinds of ego happening in the mix. Things like people getting shot up and so on and so forth. That shit happens because a lot of times these brothers walking around talking about essentially nobody wants to wear the sucker jacket. Nobody wants to feel they got punked. Nobody wants to feel like they got owned and so on and so forth. So a rational mind basically isn't present at that moment in time. In that particular situation, like I said, you could just see it. It was just a lot of performing going on. There wasn't a lot of logical thinking about, hey, let's get my family out of harm's way and so on and so forth. There was just a lot of shit happening that led to this unfortunate situation that obviously they didn't see coming.
Yeah.
So when you say you shouldn't turn your back on someone with a gun, what was he supposed to do? Take it to the chest like Luke Cage?
I'm just personally, I'm not with turning my back on somebody with a gun, because technically in my mind I'm thinking if I get shot in the back, I'm gonna be paralyzed. It's just something in my head that he's gonna shoot
and that's
me in
just
my
something
back.
I've always. That's just something
You know
I've
what I
always
mean?
been
So
told.
it's just like, if I turn, not saying that the bullet won't go through the chest and hit.
I would think you turn around and feet the ass, try to get away.
You know
Not
what I mean?
just
But,
give-
but he's by his door. He's by his door. If he's by his door, I mean, you can't think in your head where the door is. Like, he's not like in a field somewhere. We gotta walk backwards to find a bus stop. You're right by your door. Just back out, boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's how he's supposed to do it. He's supposed to back up to it. Like
Just back up.
you're never supposed
He
to turn
turned
your back.
around like he was walking away trying to be tough. He didn't turn around like he was trying to run away.
Right.
He turned
But-
around like, oh, I got something for you.
So my issue with this whole thing is
Look at these jurors. This jury's gonna.
well, my issue is with this man, like, or when I think of a man like with the family, like his job is to diffuse the situation. Coming out raising a weapon is not diffusing the situation. You're coming out and from the jump, you're escalating the situation that could have been diffused because we see that, or we're learning that this is an ongoing issue. So tensions are already high. Then you're stepping out the door with the weapon. He's coming upstairs with the you don't know what he has, right? But he's coming upstairs with a weapon and you're stepping outside brandishing a weapon with your family sitting out there with you. You don't know what this man has. Like it was so many things done wrong.
Okay,
on both parts.
pause for a minute. Pause for a minute. Okay. Protect Black women. He's in his house, minding his business. He hears his wife outside yelling at a man. His son is outside. Okay. So, had it not been for, could she have avoided that situation as well? Why are you coming outside to argue with a man that you know you can't fight? You know you can't fight. You can't fight a man. You cannot fight a man. She definitely couldn't take that man, his size, his weight, weapon or no weapon. Why are you outside arguing with this man when you know the men in the house are going to come outside?
I'll be damned if I'm arguing with some man with my man in the house. I'll be damned if that's going down.
Well,
Like,
if that's the
what
argument,
did she think was going to happen? And then she's pulling him back. Like, what did you think was going to happen? So you're going to pull him back and then you were going to stay arguing with him?
you see,
It seemed like
again,
everybody dropped the fucking ball.
I wonder if he was
Nah.
taking a shit.
on him. Again,
Oh.
it's on
Could've
him.
been.
You have the discernment. You see this woman outside talking to this dude. Yes, to your point, why are you talking? Why are you sitting there having an argument with a man? Rule number one: everybody get inside the fucking house. So before you engage this man, everybody's out of harm's way.
But
Period.
But also,
Over here grabbing him,
it
trying to
kind
hold him back, and it's you know it just looked like a
Because-
whole performance.
because of the backstory that Jen said, this has been ongoing for about 3 years. They probably had altercations in the past. So I'm guessing.
Well, I don't know how
Dude,
many years. I don't know how many years. I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
many
just
years.
know
know.
6 complaints.
6 complaints. I thought you said it was over 3 years. I thought.
Yeah, I said
don't know.
I think
Oh,
they
I
did say they said the years. I think 3. Don't
That was
quote me on
3
that.
years.
I
Okay.
believe it was 3 that this has been going on, but I do know I remember 6 complaints. to
So
311.
since there's been 6 complaints, there's probably have been an altercation or 2 in the past, and this probably just became a routine, perhaps. And both of them was just like, you know what, this routine is going to be different this instance. And he came out with the scissors, he came with the gun, and
Okay, so why not just file a noise complaint or call the cops?
Well,
there's been
basically
6
what I
complaints already.
exactly. I guess he's feeling like the end of his rope because he's done it 6 times. He's at the end of his rope. This has been going on for however long it's been going on.
Yeah,
So that's what.
I'm guessing.
Again, I feel
Still no
Dude
reason.
came upstairs. I'm guessing dude came
feel
upstairs
the
to threaten him.
alpha buck. How couldn't the big strong alpha buck black male like the red pill says couldn't control his family and get him inside the fucking house? I don't understand. How is this the woman's fault, as these men constantly say this? Like, you don't have control of your woman during any moment, even in a life-threatening situation. Like
Yeah,
what
but their
use are-
retort
use
would be that the retort would be that not to deal with those type of women. Like, why was he with that type of woman? That would be the retort.
What-
Like,
what's-
they
what's
would-
the
Because me
type of woman?
personally,
That's what you get
for
for
me.
being that
For me, I'm just speculating based off of women I've dealt with in my life. It's women that are going to argue with everybody, regardless of whether you're there or not. They're always going to want to have to fight and argue with somebody.
I fail again. See
And then-
how this is. turned into that.
And then if
right?
I say, hey, yo, if I say, hey, fall back, and she continues to go and go and go, this is a woman I shouldn't be with.
So are we going back to the whole matriarchy situation? Is this a matriarchy?
Wait. Hold on for a second. Hold on.
Because I'm gonna tell you.
Wait 1 second. No, the Haitian men that I know how to control their fucking
Let
mind.
Lily get her point across. Let Lily get her point across before you rebut.
So the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm thinking as long as I have a man in the house, I'll be damn if I'm arguing with another man at any point in time, right? But if I feel like this is my fucking house and I run this shit, then it may come off a little bit different, even though that's not how I roll. I'm just putting myself in a matriarchy house, right? And I can see that going down if it's a matriarchy house, right? Like her stepping out before even going to get him. Because somebody mentioned like, okay, I can see if he's taking a shit or something like that. But even then, I'd be like, hold up, my husband will be out in a second. Like, I just can't, me personally, imagine going to confront a guy when I got him in the house.
This is just not you, Lily. We have this as a Haitian. I know this controlling a Haitian woman. Like, you dudes are just pussy. Like, you come here talking about, you can't control black women. Motherfuckers start talking about matriarchy. You're saying you can't control the Haitian woman. Like, what control do you dudes have over the community? What control do you have? You say the government kicked you out of the household. This is why it's just.
Wait a minute. But you're talking about FBA shit now. I don't think a Haitian man it would be saying the things that you just said right now. About
when you tell her as a Haitian, I know there's no control in a Haitian woman.
I know, but you're talking about men getting kicked out of the household in the 70s. This person probably wasn't even in.
I'm just talking about either he's a Haitian man or if he's an FBA man. Like, at what point in time are any of these brothers useful in the home? Like,
but I'm just saying there's a distinction. Caribbean men usually don't think the way black men do. That's what I'm saying. Like, usually people that are Caribbean aren't complaining about you let us get kicked out the house. I've never heard them. Usually FBA men are talking about you let us get kicked out the house. So I'm just making the distinction, but he could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just making that distinction. Okay. I do know what he means. Haitian, Caribbean, we're different. We're spicy. You know what I mean?
And these Flatbush is very Caribbean.
Right. And these people are, what are they? Haitian as well? The victims are Haitian, right? I wasn't sure, but I would guess as well.
If I was a betting person, I would bet that. They were?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I just think, and come on, let's call a spade a spade. We've all taken the New York City subway. We know how them island women are. Like, I've seen arguments early in the morning on my way to work, and they are in the men's faces. Like, they're in the men's faces where I was like, if this guy has no control, he is going to drop her on the 4 line. He's going to drop her on the 4 train right now.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Even as spicy as I can be, even I'm taken aback by some of their ways with strangers that they don't know. Where I'm like, oh, she's all in. She's ready to fight him, but they always luck up and always, from what I've witnessed, they always luck up with some dude that's like, whatever, shut the fuck up.
Right. But you do see it all the time. You see it all the time.
Par for the course on the train, on the subway. Right. They will get up in your face. Fuck you, Mara. Suck your Mara.
All of that. All of that. You'd be like, oh, okay, she must know this guy. Yeah.
Right, so they be going in.
They must have a rapport.
Right. They know each other. So Natural Born Winner says, yeah, the victims were all Haitian. What I think would have been best was for her not to open the door.
I wouldn't.
You don't have to open the door when somebody's knocking. You don't have to open the door. She could have looked through the peephole. It's that dude from downstairs. I'm not opening the door. Open the door for what?
I wouldn't.
I've had neighbors from hell but I'm slicker than a can of oil, baby. So here's what I did. I started a petition, and this person was a nuisance to the apartment building in general. I started a petition, went on my little Excel program, did 3 lists: give me your name, address, your apartment, what your incident was with that person. I made like 45 copies. I slipped it under everybody's apartment. I was like, contact me at this number. I went door to door. I put one in the elevator. People were contacting me. I went to the adjacent building and the building across the street, got me a bunch of signatures, gave it to the landlord. I'm like, here you go. He took her to housing court, got her evicted. She had been there maybe 23, 24 years. And she was like, I'm not going nowhere. I've been here forever. I was like, hold my beer. I'll be right back. And we got her evicted, and she got out of the building. And when she was leaving, my apartment was literally adjacent to hers. Like, it was 7B and 7A. And we had gotten into a lot of incidents, and she had a gun. I didn't have a gun at that time. She had a gun. She was an ex-correction officer. It was a living hell. When you have a neighbor from hell, it is a living hell. Okay. Constantly calling the cops, constantly calling the landlord, constantly calling 311, doing dirty shit like calling CPS and lying about the kids in the building. Like, it was really, really dirty shit. And I said, okay, I know I'm going to get you. And I started the petition, got the signatures, got her evicted. And the day she was moving out, I just kept walking in and out of my apartment. I was playing The Wizard of Oz, Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead. She called the cops on me again. The cops came and they were laughing. They was like, come on, can you just let her leave? I was like, what, officer? I'm watching Wizard of Oz.
I love this song. I just love this song.
So I was opening the door, asking the movers, like, I was opening the door, asking the movers, like, you guys want water? You good? I was being a real bitch about it, like a real bitch about it. But so there are ways and things you can do, because I'm telling you, those situations get deadly. My sister ended up punching her in the head. She said we jumped her. The cops took my bat. It was a mess. It was a mess. Like, having a neighbor from hell can end deadly.
But there's ways. My neighbor, I was able to basically get them evicted because I found out they were doing some illegal shit. So I snitched on them. Anyway, person right here says, honestly, she was just trying to protect her family and avoid conflict. None of them expected the dude to have a gun. See, that's the problem right there. None of them expected the dude to have a gun. Just asking, how many people in the chat have ever, I'm not saying been in an exact situation, but been in somewhat of a violent situation where it could have gone either way, where someone's life could have been on the line? Can you throw a one up in the chat? As they're doing that, my whole point here is this. A lot of people really, this is why I think a lot of the statements on the panel might be a little bit different, because a lot of people on the panel have seen or been in situations where things can actually go left, where people's lives can actually, be ended and so on. I don't think a lot of people, I think there's just a lot of people out there, who just don't have the foresight to really think about, hey, this can go in a very bad direction. If you miscalculate it. So maybe it is best that you just call the cops, just write out a noise complaint, something. And if that's not happening, seek other steps, like legal steps.
Did y'all hear that sound?
What sound?
I guess I'm the only one hearing it. It sounds very crackly.
Oh, somebody's cracking it. It ain't me. Not this time.
Yeah, it was when Haram was talking, but I don't think it's him.
Lily, mute your mic. I think it's you. Yeah. Yeah. Still
I don't hear it now. Everybody's muted. I don't hear it. You still hear it, Lily? You still hear it? I hear nothing. Anybody else hear crackling?
I don't hear no crackling.
Okay, so then it's
yeah, I think you're crackling.
Maybe a signal.
Okay.
Signal
might be signal, might be battery, possibly.
Yeah. James Oko again going after the women, says you cannot protect something you have no control over. Protection by default comes with a reasonable amount of submission. Well, he may have a point. I remember my daddy. One time, long story short,
that's a completely different situation and culture, man.
Well, my dad, you know, long story short, we had pounded out this chick in the hospital because she was fucking with us, and my nephew was sick in the hospital. And she was in the next room acting the fucking clown. So we pounded her out. Bitch ended up in the ER in the hospital, but she was already in the hospital. So
y'all sent her to the hospital, but she was already in the hospital.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
So y'all checked her in.
Yeah, she called, listen, the Adventures of the Bronx. So she called like a bunch of people, right? Like a bunch of people. And they were all downstairs in the lobby. And he was like, yeah, when they come downstairs, blah, blah, blah. So called daddy. And my father showed up. And he was like, he came up to the room where my nephew was in the hospital. He was admitted in the hospital, my nephew. And my father was like, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk out. Y'all gonna walk out behind me. Y'all not gonna say a fucking thing to anybody in the lobby. I don't care how many people are there. And I was like, okay. So we got our things, my mother, my sister, me, and we walked out right behind him. My father was just walking in front of us, and no one said a thing to that man. No one said anything.
James Oko does not have that kind of ominous presence. I doubt if his Uber Eats driver doesn't talk back to him every once in a while. So I'm just calling it what it is. Okay, ain't nobody gonna be stuck on stupid if James is walking down the fucking block. Let's just call it what it is.
Let me ask you this, Jen.
Say what it is. So
Could
it's
any
completely different scenario. I'll cut it on that.
Could any other man have said that and you would have reacted the same way, Jen?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it depends.
It depends. It
yes.
depends. Not every man you'll shut the fuck up for. Right.
No. But there was I know some men that are like, yo, Jen, this is the plan. And I'm like, you know what I mean? If I'm with a guy that I'm like, motherfucker, I'm gonna have to shoot us out of here. Get the fuck out of my way. Then that's different. But no, I like hanging around men that I trust. You know what I mean? That can get us out of a situation.
Okay, let me ask you this one more question.
Yeah,
do you argue with the police?
No.
All
no.
Right. Okay.
But I have been very sarcastic with the police one time because they had I was arrested. Somebody reported a stolen car. I was using a car for a music video, and the director borrowed it from somebody. So then that somebody called and said, we stole the car. Then the cops came at gunpoint and they got me out the car. And the cop was like, oh, why didn't you stop when I was like, where was I going? There's a camera mounted on the hood. Where was I going? Where I was going to steal the car on camera?
No, see that? No. Being a smart ass is one thing, but arguing and fussing, and fighting, and cursing the cops out and shit like that. See,
absolutely never.
I think that's my barometer of women you can't control. Women that'll argue with the police probably ain't gonna listen to whoever the fuck you are.
No, absolutely not. And it's 1 + 1 = 2. He has a gun. Okay, he's more than likely afraid of the job he's doing. I'm not fucking with cops. I do not fuck with cops. You will get no resisting arrest from me. I will fully comply. And if I'm being falsely accused or arrested, I will deal with you after. And I don't badge numbers and all. And I don't even have to do it during the arrest. I want your badge number. I'm not even doing that shit. All that paperwork is going to be at the precinct. I will get the information then or the next day. I don't play with the police. Okay. Don't put
No, wait a minute. Yo, homie, when you was up here,
I
called you a bitch in the couch when you came up here a few times. The whole panel heard me. You think you Nino Brown tonight? Like, what are you doing, James? Like, did you forget? I literally called you a bitch in the Coward when you came up here. I said it real loud. Like, what is this Halloween? What did you dress up like fucking Gaddafi? Huh?
Well, listen, Haran.
Camel, don't let Haran talk to
He's
you like
agreeing with you, Haran. It says, if I came up, you would say that to me.
Oh, maybe it's okay. Okay, maybe I thought I saw a wouldn't. Okay.
I got a witness in the chat. He said my aunt played no games. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, but don't play with the cops. Don't play with the fucking cops. Them dudes, you know what I mean? Listen, they're armed and dangerous. They want to get home to their wives. They think everybody's out to kill them. Don't play with the cops. Just go in the precinct and do what you got to.
I'm too big and black to play with the cops.
And Jen, remember one other thing about cops. Roughly 1% of them are psychopaths, and they don't think twice about killing your ass.
Yeah, I believe that wholeheartedly. I believe that
also on steroids.
That's another thing. Like, don't just
then
don't.
a lot of them were bullied when they were growing up, so they just have a vendetta. Like, you just don't know.
Don't do it. Don't. You could play your power to the people in court later. Don't do it then. What I'm getting arrested for? What I'm getting arrested for? What I did?
Right.
I'm not doing it. Give me your badge number.
Right. If we get pulled over, I'm gonna say, just play it cool, bitch. You know. And if the cop come up on me and she starts spazzing, I know this is not the woman for me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he sounded just like Goldie when he said, like, just be cool, man.
Yeah, no. I just think that she shouldn't have opened the door. Okay, she shouldn't have opened the door, especially if they had past beef. There was no, I mean, what were you gonna do? Say the same thing from the other 6? Like, she shouldn't have opened the door. Another thing people don't consider, because I saw a lot of people in the comments saying, yeah, that's hell, that's fucked up. Neighbors be shit, blah, blah, and they always making noise and they don't take care of their damn kids and their kids be running around. Here's the thing, okay? Living in an apartment building, you must know you got to put up with some shit. If you don't want to, move out of the building, move into a home where you barely dealing with your neighbors.
It's that simple.
Bingo, Jen. That's what I did. I could not stand it.
Yeah,
we're having technical difficulties.
See, my thing is, I have for most noise, I'm really good. I'm just good at ignoring shit. That's just a fucking gift I have for the most part. I have my things where it runs out, and driving is one of those. But my neighbors upstairs, they have 2 young kids, and I'm more concerned about when guests come, because I literally know how to block shit out, right? But they are loud. Well, the little girl, she's out, and then the other one's learning how to walk now. This is a lot of fun. So now I got 2. But yeah, for me, it's more so when the guests come, I'm always like, dang, I hope they kind of quiet down from them. But that's just comes good. And I also realize it comes with the territory. So
it comes with living in an apartment building in New York City. If you're the odd person now, if it bothers you, so you must go. Because that is the environment of New York City apartments, like people stomping, yelling, arguing, things dropping, kids screaming and crying and stomping, and mothers are distracted, so their kids are bouncing off the walls. Like, that's the shit you got to put up with when you live in an apartment building around people. If you don't want to deal with that, move up in the hills away from everybody.
Look, in the New York apartment building, everybody knows everybody's fucking business, because the walls are paper fucking thin. Seriously, the walls of paper fucking thin. People are yelling and shouting all kinds of shit, and New York in general is just a noisy city.
Yes.
So if you can't handle the noise in an apartment building, well, there's going to be a fucking fire truck passing by you, every 5 minutes. A train's going to be going by in the next 30 minutes. Like, it's a noisy city.
Yes, very noisy. When I can't even talk on headphones in this city. Like, it's just impossible. Right. It's too much noise, right. And then headphones picks up background noise more than you, so they're going to hear every conversation 2 blocks down, the ambulance, the arguing, the jackhammers, the construct, like, they're going to hear all of that. I can't even use headphones here, so it's annoying.
See, I grew up in New York, so here in Florida, I'm pretty much the noisy neighbor. I have the subwoofer You know, I play the music loud.
One of them.
You know, but I'm kind of, I try to be respectful about it. At a certain time, I turn it off. I turn the sub off and turn the volume down. You know, I actually have a switch on my sub that says at 10:30, go ahead and turn the sub off. You know, one of my neighbors actually came to me one time that lived right next door. He was like, "Hey, man, sometimes you be playing music real loud at night, and I got like studio monitors in my bedroom, right?" And my ex used to love playing music, and she used to turn it up and loud and shit. So that shit used to be thumping at like 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, he's like, yeah, my girl got to be up early. I got to the point where I gave him my number. It was like, yo, if it's too loud, just text me. I'll turn it down. You know?
Yeah.
So
I'm the noisy one because I like my music, but I'm like you. I turn it down. Like on the weekday, I actually turn mine down at 9, and on the weekend, 10. Even I can go later because like other people, they be outside doing their thing. But it's so funny with me, with my neighbors, especially ones across the hall. If they don't hear my music for too many days in a row, they're knocking on the door to see if I'm okay because they know I like to play my music when I'm getting dressed. So they're like, "Lily, you all right? Everything okay? You feeling well?"
You didn't Matthew Perry, did you? Too soon. Too soon. My bad.
Too soon. Jesus Christ.
What was that?
That was bad.
What Cardi said?
That was bad.
I said they didn't knock on her door like you didn't Matthew Perry, did you?
That's bad. You could have used a number of other people.
Whitney Houston, I don't know.
Like a lot of guitar practice used to kill my neighbors.
This gets worse.
Yeah, yeah, Haran, I know what you're talking about. When in the apartment I lived in, I'd play my music kind of loud, and my monitors were against the wall, and so the bass would radiate down the wall. And my bottom stairs neighbor came up to me one night. He says, "Dude, you got to turn this down." He says, he's got like these little figurines or little rope, little dolls or whatever. You know, I don't know. Anyhow, it vibrated them right off the shelf into the floor. Yeah.
When I was playing guitar, that's probably the nicest I've been as a neighbor. Because I would put headphones on, have my shit plugged into the computer, and I was like, you know, I sound fucking terrible, and I don't want to subject my neighbors to this terrible sound. Now, once I'm nice, y'all gonna hear me all fucking day, you know. But until then, headphones on.
This shit.
It's one of the reasons why I haven't mastered drums. I need a place to practice that shit, and I'll probably have to get a whole different area just to practice drums and so on and so forth.
Electric drums ain't the same. I tried electric drums and I broke them shits in like a couple of months.
Yeah, I would need.
Do me a favor, guys. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like for me. Hit the like for me. Trick or treat, bitch, on them likes. Black Lexicon, this is funny. He says, that ever happened to me, I would tell the officer to arrest her.
Right. Get her out of here.
I felt like saying that shit, like, yo, just take her to jail, yo. I saw that. This is one of the main reasons I stopped messing with this one girl was because the police had to be called and she just wanted to be belligerent and argue with them all night. And I'm sitting here like, if this was me, I would have been through me in the police car. You know, I didn't say, what the fuck, why aren't y'all arresting her? But that was in my head. That was in my head. And I was like, yeah, they just didn't want to do paperwork on your ass. So
that's it.
Don't go get yourself killed over a woman. Please don't.
Yeah. I see a woman act like that. That's like a bucket of red flags and I'm out, you know?
Black Lexicon says, what about fucking sounds?
Hey, if you're in New York, you're gonna hear every sound there is. You're gonna hear new sounds that you haven't even identified yet. There's nothing but sound.
Yeah. I tell you what, last time I went to New York, I was hanging out with this girl. We had went downtown and we were just walking down First Ave and we were just looking at all the buildings, right? And with all the nobody had blinds. It's like 8 o'clock at night. It's dark. Nobody has blinds. And I'm just like, we just walking like, we're going to see somebody fucking at some point. And
so, you know, it's funny, Orlando.
You saw somebody fucking at some point.
Yeah, you're going to. So Orlando and I like keeping times, but like for furniture, but in like because we love to see decor and whatever. So when we're walking downtown, no one has blinds, and it's so funny. We be all up in there, shit like, oh my god, you see that painting? And then like they'll have something in the way where you can't see everything. I'm like, I'm damn near ready to knock on it. Like, excuse me, could you move? Imagine, can I come in and see the rest of this apartment because it looks really nice from outside? Because they have some nice fucking apartments.
I don't know how they don't use curtains and blinds. That always killed me about New York, like walking back and forth, and I don't know how they do it.
It's not New York. No. It's a white thing. I've learned it's a white thing.
Okay.
We had curtains in the Bronx. We had curtains in the Bronx.
Right. Like
if it wasn't a curtain, it was a goddamn sheet. It was something covered.
Right. You gonna put something up there, right?
Motherfucker, like you ain't looking up in this window from 20 stories below.
So no, George, why y'all always balls out, windows open?
Is that a white thing?
Yes, downtown, all the white people always got their fucking no blinds, no curtains, just walking around free
in every city where there's like that type of like the affluent, especially the more affluent.
Okay, they're rich.
The least window treatments.
Because where I live, they might put like aluminum foil over the windows or something like that, which is that's not a good thing when you see that.
I've seen that too.
I've seen that. A good thing when they do that.
What does that mean?
Drug activities. Yeah,
that too. Yeah.
Oh,
it'd be their odd dimensions.
Because my neighbors had that up, but they moved. They don't live there anymore. It was like a big family from Thailand, and they had that up, and I thought it was like to reflect the sun because
because when I was in Fairbanks for a year, it gets hot up in Fairbanks in the summer, and the sun's out 24/7, so people would put up aluminum foil to block the heat and everything.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, long story. I'll tell you about when I did it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So we are out of here. Thank you so much for coming to our Halloween episode. It was a regular old night. We just got dressed for y'all. Lily, who are you?
I don't know who this bitch is, but we gonna give her a name. She was born like 5 minutes before the show. So.
Lily, you're the Black Blondie. Deborah Harry. She used to do that right there.
Right. I came up with this because I remembered this because I did this for a fashion show one time, but I did it in like purples and blues instead. So it's more,
I thought you were a robber at first, but then I saw the little witch hat, and I was like, a witch. I felt like little kids come get candy in the
Hamburglar.
Hamburglar is what I was about to say. Hamburglar, the sexy Hamburglar.
Okay,
yes.
Okay.
I'm the hot Hamburglar.
Thank you for pulling up, Natural Born Winner. Thank you for pulling up. I know you caught a couple strays because Haran was ready to go in on the Haitians, but we appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the cash apps. Be back tomorrow. Don't forget we launched 2 new shows, Sisterhood Sips, Lily and I. Lots and lots of girl talk. We discussed how we both slept with the same man. We didn't know it though. We didn't do it at the same time. We discussed them and we compared notes. And then I do On the Block with Jen one-on-one interview. I interviewed a comedian. It was absolutely an amazing fucking interview. The shit was entertaining as fuck. He was funny as fuck. And then, you guys know I interviewed Big Daddy Kane. That's going to be coming up early November. Very, very good interview. Just for the record, just saying.
Now, you said the Sips one is its own channel, or you have it on the block?
It's its own channel. Sisterhood Sips own channel.
Sisterhood Sips. So
we'll spell with the C.
With a C.
C-I-S. Yes, C-I-S-T-E-R. Sisterhood with the C.
There we go.
Make it easier for y'all to find.
Yes.
And
so a totally different channel. Totally different channel. So go subscribe.
Go subscribe. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up and show you a couple seconds of what we talked about. Hold on. Before we leave out, just so people know exactly where to go. Okay.
Oh Lord. I like
Lily,
that.
Lily, what are we doing with our lives right now?
Right. I'm like, did we really say that? Like, did we really divulge that? Oh,
Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. What you say?
I don't remember, but I remember that because I used it afterward. Like when I did the Target campaign, it was all this rainbow and stuff. So my family was supportive and everything. And I was like, he was driving the same car. I think we were comparing notes. We lived in the same place. It was
Wait a
driving-
minute. Was it the Mercedes? And when you go when you go really fast, the seats hug you when
it was the same time with you guys.
Nice car. It was a nice car.
Very nice car.
It was a nice car. Nice home in Jersey.
Very
Nice
beautiful
home in
home, very
Jersey.
comfortable. Smelled a lot like weed, but it's
Right.
okay.
Yes.
No one's judging.
So how was, let's just tell the people, how would you say, and we're going to be fair. We're not going to bash, I give credit where credit is due.
Right.
I always, even if I don't like you, I'm like, well, you can sing or you can dance. Even I don't have to like you to say you're talented.
No, very true. We both have that in common because we talk
Right.
about stuff like that on the block. There's people we can't stand,
Yes.
but then we were like, but you're super talented.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I'm not a Nicki Minaj fan.
She was the person I was
personality,
thinking about.
right? Isn't that crazy?
Uh-huh.
I'm not a fan of Nicki Minaj personality wise or character wise, but she's hella talented. So that's an example of we can look past the BS and say, no, you're mega talented. You deserve to be where you are. So this guy, what would you, let's jump right in. Let's give it to the girls. How was the sex with you?
I enjoyed it.
Okay. Okay. I enjoyed it as well.
Okay.
I thought it was nice that he had a rather large penis. And if you want to see, the rest of it, you have
Kind
to
of knew exactly where to go in the video, didn't she? Like, yeah, this is it right here.
So he's a very well-known guy too, so that makes it even more interesting.
Yeah, he's a celebrity. He's a celebrity.
Jen should put up a poll with who y'all think it is. And
Okay, we will do that. We will do that. The same thing.
Listen, I've been getting texts all day for people guessing. People
Multiple
want to know.
You guys could guess, and we'll give a hint a week, 1 hint per week. 1 hint, but he is a celebrity. And all of you know him. That's another
Even
hint.
white people like me would know him.
Probably not you, George.
Okay, all right.
Probably not.
I was about to say,
he's not white famous. Yeah.
Okay, he's not white famous. All right.
I don't know who he is. I'm just guessing.
He's white famous if
they're hip, if they're with it.
If they're into like pop culture, yeah. But you guys anyway. You guys have watched the rest of the episode, Sisterhood Sips, and we're gonna have a new episode of Sisterhood Sips every week. We already shot 4 episodes. They're already, in the chamber. We'll be dropping them to you as the weeks progress. But thank you everyone for joining us tonight. That was a little clip of Sisterhood Sips. Make sure you subscribe on over there. We're always going to have juicy content on the Block with Jen all week, and then on the Block with Jen one-on-one interviews also weekly for you guys. Okay guys, so we are out of here. Trick or treat, stay safe, be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. Good night, and we will see you mañana. Stay safe.
Good night.
Good night. And hit that like and subscribe for Mama on your way out the door.